She won most talkative in high school, and she has been running her mouth ever since. Welcome to the Lisa Fisher Said podcast with your host, Lisa Fisher.
Okay, here we go. It's another exciting edition when the expert of all things to watch and listen
riveting
is on
stuff.
with us.
Riveting stuff.
And I need to know, it totally is. I need to know, do we need to start this episode by praising Jean Smart?
Oh, I'm on board with that. Yes.
Okay, then you're missing it because she's on two shows we're going to discuss. Or do we talk first by paying homage to Tina?
I think we should do Jean Smart first. Start light, because Tina, it's wonderful and I'm empowering, but it's also, there's darkness there.
There, definitely. Okay.
Lots of it.
So, Jean Smart is in two different things.
Yep.
I'm watching her as she kills it in Hacks.
Oh, me too. I
in
love
Hacks,
it.
she plays a washed up comedian who, guys, I can't tell you how good it's really, I think, what Joan Rivers was, kind of pissed off all the time, but churning them out.
Right. Just short fuse, but but hilarious with that short fuse.
Diva of all divas.
But she earned it. She should be.
Totally. And so she's washed up and she's got a Vegas residency and she's trying to reinvent herself. Yep. And she plays, guys, she hits below the belt in a couple of episodes on how she tries to blackmail the CEO of the company or the boss or whatever.
Yeah, I was kind of taking notes on her, like some of her comebacks and some of her, defense mechanisms until some of the illegal activities started coming up. And then I started thinking, no.
And she had no problem with it.
Oh, no. Like, no qualms about it. It was not a thing.
She's like, and? Mm-hmm. So she's really good. And what I like about Jean Smart in this, because remember, was she Charlene or Charlene? She had some name on Designing Women.
I believe Charlene in Designing Women.
Charlene, because it seems like her cousin Carlene came to stay with them.
Something like that.
And that may have been Jan Hooks. Now, I'm going back to 1980-something, so
I would revisit that episode. However, I tried to rewatch Designing Women now, and it's uncomfortable.
It's
not Golden Girls. Golden Girls all day, every day. Loved it.
Yeah. Right.
No. Designing Women's not so much.
Designing Women, the political climate has changed.
Woo!
But so anyway, that's how I remember Jean Smart. Was pretty, played the dumb girl, blah, blah, blah. But in this, she really lets them photograph her both as a beautiful diva and also when she has like some kind of night cream on her face. She goes to her daughter's house. Yep. She looks like she's 80 years old. And so she's brave enough. They say Lucille Ball was the first person to do that, to allow them to see her in her not so beautiful light.
I believe it.
And not many actresses have the comfs to do it or comfortable enough to do it.
And I understand that, but I love the people that don't give a what. And will do it for the performance.
That's right.
Always really important, I think.
That's right. So the other thing she's killing it in is this Mare of Easttown, but I haven't seen it.
Lisa, this show, it just finished on Sunday, and no need for concern about spoilers or anything like that. That's just a non-issue. But it took over my brain. I binge watched like 4 episodes one Sunday, and then each week I've been dying ever since to see that next episode. And she plays this raw mother of Kate Winslet, and she's funny too. She's still kind of funny. She was one of my favorite parts, but the whole show, it was like when we talked about The Undoing, it's a real head scratcher. Okay. So
Undoing definitely is.
But the Mare of Easttown is a real whodunit. And I didn't start watching it until I saw this Saturday Night Live skit that they did the other week, making fun of it, calling it murder durder, because all of the way they talk in the show, it's not quite Boston, it's not quite New York, it's like a Philadelphia, but they're like, I don't know who murdered my durder, and it was so I saw that and I was like, I have to watch the show now, and it was really too much like that sketch, but in such a good way. Yeah. But that was a really fun way to kick it off, and then there's not a lot of laughing with that show.
That's what I'm hearing. Not a lot of yucks.
No, I think Jean Smart's the only yuck in the bunch, and the rest is a lot of like yuck.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. Like,
yuck.
Yuck.
Okay, so this good segue then. My friend who also watches like we do, frivolous things, and we get hooked on them, and then we over-identify and we Google everything about it. Mm-hmm. But it's the, is it Amy Adams doing Woman in the Window or something?
I saw that. Yep, I watched it.
Not a lot of yucks on that one, my friend said.
What did you think? Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I did. And, I have to watch an Amy Adams movie. It popped up on Netflix. And I didn't even know it was coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Gary Oldman. Got to watch Gary Oldman.
Wow.
Julianne Moore. And
two redheads.
The secret little gem in the movie is Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell.
Is he adorable?
Yeah, I mean, physically... And he's adorable in real life, but no, it's just a thriller. And, it's one of those, is she crazy? Is she seeing things? Is she hearing voices? And
what's going to
happen? Like, what are there ghosts? Or, it's just, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, you just gave it an okay.
I fell asleep the first time and then I woke up and finished it because I was like, am I right? Did I nail it?
Okay.
But I wasn't, it was good. It was entertaining. It's fine.
All right. For those of you new to the Lisa and Natalie game here on the Worldwide Podcast, or interterrestrial, anywhere you could listen on any planet, is that we're both pretty ADD, and so we go through things very quickly.
Don't finish them completely, but have opinions.
Totally. So if we offend you, sorry, it sucks to be you.
I hate that.
And then B, we're going to keep all the shows we discuss in the show notes. Yeah. And so I'm starting with Hacks, Mare of Easttown, and that one's called Woman in the Window.
Woman in the Window.
Woman in the Window.
On Netflix.
Okay. That's the problem. I forget who has what series.
I know. I wrote them down. I wrote it down.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to get to this little gem of a surprise. I had no idea that some of these other alternate channels had original programming. And you know which one mine is that I'm crazy about? I got to find them right here.
What is it? I'm nervous.
It's, because these are good.
You always subject me to these uncomfortable...
Roku.
What's that? What is that?
Roku is one of the streaming services.
And yeah.
Original programming. You ready for it?
I guess so.
The episodes are 7 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
And they'll do 20 of them. I'm like, see, this is the problem with the ADD crowd. Speaking on behalf of all of us.
Right.
Is that if it's 2.5 hours, don't know if I can make the commitment.
Oof.
If it's 10 episodes that are an hour, you really better entertain me. You got
Ozark type stuff.
heart racing.
Major.
If you've got 15 episodes that are 7 minutes, I'm in. I'm dialed in. So I'm crazy about 2 series and my husband's the one who told me. He said, "You're going to love this. These are 7 minutes long." I was like, I can do it because I'm notorious about starting something, falling asleep on my laptop.
You're worse than me.
Yeah, bad girl. I don't take Adderall anymore. Here's what happened. My doctor's office lost my Adderall prescription. Who's ADD now?
Oh,
my doctor's office.
Yeah. And
it's the man you're related to.
That's ironic.
Thank you. So it's too hard. My ADD diagnosis was from the 90s.
Me too.
And that guy's probably dead. And then I called another office and they said, "Girl, we dumped those after however many years." And so they said, "You're going to have to start over on your psychological testing." I'm like,
forget it.
I go, "I'll just drink a Coke one day if I need to focus."
Just text me if you need a couple of blues.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
For those of you listening, this, of course, is all just fun with my friend.
Yeah.
No crimes are being committed.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Okay. So, Roku. And Natalie, you've got to start it tonight. It's called Flipped.
I read something about that. Okay. Explain more. I need more.
Well, they're 7-minute episodes, and there's a couple, a man and a wife, who watch. It's Rebecca Romaine. Is that her name? She used to be married to John Stamos.
Yeah.
And she's married to, it's her husband, Jerry O'Connell. And so the couple watch them on like an HGTV, and they're so jealous, and they're going, "We're going to do that someday. We're going to be on that show." Well, the husband's giddier about the butter color walls than she is, so you can start doing the math about him. He likes girly squeals. That's why he's such a good decorator. And
So
they
charming.
end up, crimes are committed. And that's all I can tell you.
Okay,
There
on
are
it.
12 episodes,
On
7
it.
minutes long.
I just wrote it down.
It's called Flipped, and it's from 2020.
Okay. Oh,
So
good.
it's over a year
It's
old.
still relevant though.
Totally. Oh, totally. You'll love his character.
Good.
Oh, you will love his character. Okay, next.
Wait.
There's another one called Most Dangerous Game,
Okay.
and Liam Hemsworth is in it.
What? He's like,
And it's
ooh.
15 episodes that are 7 minutes long. And it is real. So I saw the last 7 episodes with my husband because he had watched the first half. And that's when he said, okay, you're going to, like, we both screened for each other because he knows there are a lot of things I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch a lot of shoot 'em up stuff.
Sure.
This
Give me all the shoot 'em up stuff. Okay. But I want the gun. I want all the give me all the
Okay.
Sopranos.
Okay. I'll text you next
Yeah.
time we write it here.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em up. Yeah,
Shoot
we
'em up
watch all
for
those too.
Nat.
In fact, we could go ahead and segue into what dogs like to watch because your dog Pete is beside you. You can even, if you could move the camera a little bit
Sure.
and let us see him.
Here, he's pouting by looking away, but there
Okay.
he is. Pete.
There he is.
There he is. Said hi. Okay. buddy.
For those of you who know Natalie, this won't surprise you, but she puts on TV for him. She has cable subscriptions just for Pete.
Right.
He loves Sex and the City.
Loves.
Loved The Sopranos, was it?
2 times The Sopranos.
2 times.
Yes, he
And-
loves Succession. I haven't even seen all of season 2, but Pete's seen it like twice. When I'm mad at him, I make him watch The Big Bang Theory, or
He doesn't like it.
No. Bazinga, come on. And what else? He's been rewatching Friends because we watched the reunions.
Okay, let's just talk about that. Okay. True confession, I've never seen an episode. I was a Seinfeld one. Okay, I know
you could be both.
Sorry.
Oh no, this is fine.
There was a time where you could only watch TV when it was on, or you had a set of VCR, which took an engineering degree.
Agree. I understand.
So
I understand.
those years, I had young children. I would miss it, and I didn't know how to set the recorder.
I didn't know. Full disclosure, I didn't watch it when it was live the whole time. It was maybe in college when my friends and I got the VHS tapes, and it was still going on, but we binge watched because we all watched Seinfeld too, and other Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all the other shows. But we binge watched it was we were 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons behind, and then we finished it or whatever. But I didn't watch it live. No. But
Okay,
but we know all the words to it. We would fall asleep to it. In New York, when I moved to New York, it was pretty lonely.
You went to all the places?
And I went. Well, no, Lisa, no.
Okay, I didn't
I
think
promise
so.
I'm not that big of a dork. Not that people that do that are dorky, but
That's right.
No, I'm not saying that. But I just watched it. It helped me go to sleep, and my sister would wake up and hear the DVD on repeat with so they still tease me about that, but. I can hear it and fall asleep, so I do have this connection to it.
Rainbow connection, a New York connection.
Yes, but also
Yes.
it was seeing all these people 20 years later. Not only was it an age check, good grief, but also, they just all looked. Some look kind of different, some don't, and me being in the business that I am in, I was very much looking for that.
And then we're going to discuss all this. So 20 years later, Jennifer Aniston has honestly frozen time.
She looks amazing. I just would like her to keep it chill like it is right now. I don't want her,
the other girl.
I
So
know.
Natalie, being a board certified esthetician from a really nice school in New York, has been practicing in Little Rock for
8, 9 years.
since
remember.
whenever you came here.
Yeah.
I mean, back
Since
to
I
Little
moved
Rock.
back.
You're a Little Rock girl. So you do have an eye for what's been done. And so Jennifer Aniston, has she had surgery or just injectables?
No, I feel like just injectables.
Whereas Monica or Courtney Cox, on the other
Courtney
hand,
Cox has had a little. I'm not sure if she's had surgery, but she's just,
too much filler
It's too much filler.
right here. And I'm pointing to my nasal cavity.
She just it's just very obvious.
It's pulled up her lip. It's like her
Right.
top lip doesn't work the
Yeah,
same.
you just want it to be. You don't want people to look at someone and be like, "Oh, that's too much filler." You know,
And that's
you can be like, "Oh, she has nice filler."
Right. No, that one we looked and said,
Right.
that's too much filler.
Right, and then you see Lisa Kudrow, who may have just had some Botox. Looks amazing. I don't even.
Smelly cat doesn't care. I mean, come on.
You can tell she gets laser and probably does some Botox, but
And that's it.
She looks great. I mean,
I think she's adorable. I mean,
she's
in
hilarious.
fact, all three of the women are lovely,
They are
beautiful,
so
wonderful.
cute.
But there's something about Lisa Kudrow that is so
she's the
endearing.
best. Yes.
That
Yes.
she even answered one of the questions they said in the Friends reunion. He said, "You answered that like Phoebe."
She's like, I'm going to bring Phoebe
Right,
to
because
the reunion.
yes, and of course she did. So she is very likable, but you're right, very low maintenance.
Yeah.
Not a glamour girl.
No. And
I watched her on The It Girl, or did you ever see
the comeback?
The Comeback. That's
One of
right.
my
It's-
favorite HBO shows that was ever made. It was only 2 seasons. I can watch that over and
Okay,
over and
I didn't
over
watch
again.
it till like a year ago.
I know.
But the first season was like in 2008, and then
Yeah.
the next season was in 2018. It was
I
like
know,
a 10-year
because
gap.
people were like, where is it? We need more.
And she was the it, and it's kind of her story about being an it girl and
Yes.
trying to make it.
Yes.
I'm
She's
telling
so
you.
good. It's so uncomfortable and wonderful.
Oh, so uncomfortable and wonderful.
She's one of my favorite female comedians.
You just described, that's how, when I watched Seinfeld
Oh, yeah.
and
Of course.
old Larry there
Well,
went
like
on
all
Curb.
Curb. Oh, yeah.
Curb, it's so uncomfortable and so painful
And wonderful.
funny.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
yeah, wonderful. And there are things that we can't even discuss here because we have to tell Apple if anything, if you
Right.
have real bad words, and some of
Right.
those are real bad words.
Well, I want you to be really proud of me because I very much monitor. I talk like a sailor sometimes, and I'm so diligent when we do this to not
Thank you.
say
Thank you.
any cuss words.
Well, my producer's listening. Matthew knows.
Yeah.
He you can't see him, but he's listened to our conversation. Apple's really strict, and that was
I'm
kind of
sure.
like something you sign off in the beginning, saying
Well,
we
I
just
also
need to
don't
know.
want people listening to this and being like, listen to that trash mouth. Like,
Yeah, right.
I'm not trying
That-
to do that.
That's okay. You and the guy smoke a cigar. You can
I
say
mean,
what you want.
In person, for sure.
But the one reason it is 5:00 here when we are recording this, it's the day after Memorial Day. We're both imbibing today.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Mine's in honor of my new favorite show.
What is?
Speaking of Jennifer Aniston, Justin Theroux. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
haven't-
Mosquito Coast. I'm writing it down.
I have
It's
a note on that too.
It's called Mosquito Coast. It is some type of remake from maybe 40 or 50 years ago. I never saw it, but the premise of the story is Justin Theroux and his wife are bad, bad people, but we don't know yet what they've done. So it drops weekly. And
Lauren
it
and Collins
is-
have been watching that, and Joey, and I haven't started yet because I was so in deep with Mare of Easton. I was like, I can't have two like
I know.
serious things.
Two
going on.
lovers, right.
And I love Justin Theroux. Like have you ever seen his Instagram with his dog Kuma? Don't even get. That's
No.
we can't even touch on that. That's a whole other.
Okay,
episode,
I'm gonna have to write that down,
Wowie,
too.
wow.
Well, you know what? I knew he was just Mr. Jennifer Aniston.
just
He's adorable.
wonderful.
He's
Wonderful.
adorable.
Wonderful guy.
And there's
That's
a
on my
name.
list. That's a big list on mine. Mosquito Coast.
Well, you're going to love it. And it is part, I'm having a margarita in honor
yeah.
of it because they go to Mexico.
Oh, well, that's great because I'm drinking tequila and soda water because
We are one.
that worked out. Yeah, that totally worked out.
Tell me about your little cocktail. You got it
So-
at TJ's, right? Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Well, I get I'm a big bubble water connoisseur. So I'm always looking
Same.
for the best bubbles. Like Topo Chico, of course, is like the best.
The Mac Daddy.
The Mac Daddy of bubble
Right.
water. But it's a lot of bottles, and I want, just kind of gets a bit much depending on my week.
Oh, it's a
And,
bougie.
Yeah. So I get this Reposado agave. It's real clean tequila.
Ooh.
And I like the Reposado because it has more of a taste to it than just the regular.
Wait, did
Blanc.
your mother feed it to me one time?
I believe so.
Your mother gave me the smoothest tequila that I drank straight at her house.
That's Casamigas.
That-
Yep.
You know what
That's
I'm talking
George
about.
Clooney's. I do.
That's what I thought. It was George Clooney's.
Yep. And we
Girl,
love that.
that was good.
Oh, we love that. I don't like to mix that as much because it's
it's
so
better.
nice.
It's better.
It is
by itself. Okay,
but also
'cause
like you're paying $60. Like I'm not gonna.
well,
Like,
forget it.
Yuck it up with some bubble water.
So what do you yuck it up with your bubble water then?
I use Waterloo strawberry. Waterloo's the brand, and I love Trader Joe's ginger and lemon, bubble water, and they have that by the can. Now, it's all like all of the bubble water I use is 0.000 because, it just depends on the day, and maybe I have one or maybe I have 3. I don't know, and I just
no judgment.
Not a lot of sugar going on.
Right. Well, so we are both then drinking in honor of the Mosquito Coast there.
I'm drinking for Justin Theroux, so you do you.
Yes, as you should. Okay, let's move on. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Fake Famous?
No.
It may be...
What is that on?
Of course, I didn't write it down. We may have to Google that.
Is it on Netflix?
It's either HBO Max or Netflix.
It's HBO Max.
Okay.
I've seen the cover for it.
Okay. Let me tell you the premise about this one.
Yep.
Everyone listening or watching, because we also post this on YouTube. Everyone a part of this needs to watch it because it shows you kind of like the Social Dilemma showed us the lies of social media. Mm-hmm. This is a part of the ruse. And what they do is they grab 3 random people who have no following, who, not that they don't have charisma, but they won't have a reason to be famous. Mm-hmm. They make them fake famous. They buy all their followers. Natalie, they buy all the comments. They buy all the likes. And it's the trajectory of these people. And one of them is so disgusted by it, he bows out. He can't do it another minute. In fact, 2 of them were so unnerved by what the fallacy of that life is. Mm-hmm. And then the third one, the most unassuming, kind of nondescript, like never wears makeup, ball cap or hair in a ponytail, and they glam her up and make her like a Kardashian. Companies all over the world start pushing product to her, and she's not even famous. It's fake. But,
well, this doesn't sound so bad. Are there auditions?
Natalie's wanting to know. I'm going to LA soon, is what you're thinking.
I mean, what's the big problem here? I'm just kidding.
You have to watch it. No, you then have to see that some of the, especially younger kids. I mean, I do follow people that I totally don't know that are social media influencers.
Oh, I do a lot of cooking and stuff like wellness and stuff like that.
Yeah, me too. But that's what I'm saying. Mine are, okay, there's a new one we're going to talk about too.
Well, and I follow mostly, some of the people I watch on TV.
That's what I'm saying, that are really that person.
I think.
You
think so. Sure.
And that's what it casts doubt on what you watch, on who you watch and who you follow.
Oh, what?
In fact,
love it.
You'll kind of walk away being sad that this is what we've turned into.
Am I going to not be obsessed with Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I still want you to be. You have my permission.
Okay.
You have my permission.
Cool.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about, we're totally going to a different platform. Mm-hmm. And I'm Brenda Gant, the country lady from Andalusia, Alabama. Have you watched her yet?
I have not.
Natalie?
One of my clients told me about.
I am obsessed with her. Google her while we're talking.
Okay.
Brenda Gant, Gantt. I've tried to get her on this podcast. Talk about someone with no profile. She has no social media that's personally hers. People run it for her. And she's like, y'all.
Oh, I'm watching. Okay.
She's the cutest thing you've ever seen. She makes Cameron, my 3-year-old granddaughter, and I watched her make biscuits on Saturday while we were at our lake house.
Where is she streaming?
She's on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and they may upload it to YouTube, but again, she doesn't know anything about it.
Okay.
She just started cooking. I mean, she's been cooking forever, but she started posting it during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
And people love her. Like Ellen will have her on, kind of thing.
Oh,
She'll be on
really?
Ellen DeGeneres. Or Saturday Night Live might spoof her.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love it.
You just wait. And she is the cutest thing. Y'all from Andalusia, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
You've got kinfolk from Alabama, don't you? Your mama went to one of those schools in Alabama, so you'll know the accent very easily.
Love it. Can't wait.
Okay, so we've done HBO Max has Hacks.
But speaking of
going
to be on Ellen.
Yeah, what? Who?
How do you feel about Ellen quitting?
Oh. That this
I mean,
is it.
I want to like double high five her.
Yeah.
And be like, girlfriend.
It's time.
But you're exhausted now. I mean, like, how angry you're going to get, like, move on.
Right off into the
I think she's
sunset.
done the best decision ever.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah.
She's still the best daytime
yeah.
interviewer. So,
Yeah.
and Kelly Clarkson's likable, but she doesn't have...
No, but she'll do well.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
But there's
Ellen,
something about Ellen that... there's something about it. Johnny Carson had it too. It's a deadpan delivery. It's when you know you're asking the funny question, or you know the question is going to return to you funny, and you're setting up the person. Johnny Carson did it too.
Yes, you're right. And we also watched her. It was like a rebirth for her because she had been shunned and completely kicked out of Hollywood. And then she did her stand-ups that we are obsessed with. And then she got this show. We were all just so excited and happy for her to like be able to start her career again, and that was just huge.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Which is kind of like, well, we can now segue into Tina.
That's Tina. Oh my gosh.
Because Tina, this Tina Turner story, or Annie Mae Bullock, isn't that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
from, was it Tennessee or
Tennessee,
Mississippi, one of the southern states. Her story of, again, being, I mean, whereas Ellen was figuratively kicked to the curb, Tina was physically abused. Yeah, literally by Ike Turner.
Yeah. Well, she was abandoned by her mother. She grew up, picking cotton in Tennessee, and one day and this isn't a spoiler situation, this is a Tina Turner documentary on HBO that is very important for everybody to watch because it's incredible. Like, talk about a most resilient woman. And so she's she's picking cotton, and she goes in and her mother has left. She's all by herself. Maybe she had a sibling there. Anyway, and then she meets Ike Turner at a show.
And she's young. She's like 16 or 17, maybe?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Probably younger than that. Yeah, because that's right.
And he was more of a mentor for a while, getting her career started and this, and then he decided he wanted to be husband, And honestly, you can tell that this isn't something she ever wanted to talk about again. She didn't want to talk about it when the movie What's Love Got to Do With It came out. She understood why it was happening, but she didn't want to discuss it at the press conferences, blah, blah, blah. But then she wrote her book. She was shunned after, leaving Ike, and we know that. And then so you go through all of this and you see this darkness and you're just like, God, my God, I can't imagine, like, how? And then she has this whole new beginning at 40. She starts at 40 years old, and she's like working to get her comeback going. And I think What's Love Got to Do With It, the single came out when she was 50, or right before she turned 50.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
And look what happened after that. Completely had a whole second other coming and met the love of her life. And, and that was the part when I watched it, I was like, oh, she was like 50, man. I'm fine.
Like, you're totally fine.
I'm
totally fine.
good. It's cool. I'm good.
Totally fine.
I have a hot men knit. It's okay. But she is now, living in this wonderful life and retired, and it's just it's a really important movie. I think it's just very girl power.
Yes, and girls need to see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Women need to see it to see what a Svengali does. A man who puts so much control over you.
And gaslights you.
And changes your name and,
tries to own your name.
Trying to own your name.
One thing she got out of her divorce.
That's right. So she kicked and screamed at the right times. It took her a minute to gain the courage, as anyone does in an abusive situation. But anyone who knows someone who's been through abuse, if you've been through abuse, please watch it, because it will give you'll strap your loins on tomorrow and bust up into somebody's door and go, I'm tired of it. I'm done.
Yeah, it's done.
And that's what you want. And then she cuts her hair, and she still has these legs.
Oh, no, her dancing, I was like, is there a Tina Turner dance class?
I know,
because
that booty can move, and her legs are like
all of her clothes. I just want
her clothes are amazing. Everything about her.
Jeans.
She's so fabulous.
She's just fabulous.
And thought she was ugly. Thought she was unattractive.
Always.
And she exudes beauty because of her confidence and her beautiful smile. And
she's a knockout.
Yeah, she is
inside
something.
and out. Yeah.
Totally something. Okay, I've got our list. So Natalie and I we share a note. That's the kind of friends we are. Mm-hmm. We share a note so that we make sure that we're taking care of all these things.
Yep.
Okay, Darren is our other producer, but he had Real Work called him right now. But he wants us to watch the Mama June Road to Redemption.
Sure. I'm going to have to download the streaming app that does the Wii channel.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the white trash, the WTTV.
No, good God.
No. It's something. I watched
something.
an episode this afternoon because I thought I had to watch it before we got together this afternoon.
Okay. So are you and Darren on the same page?
No, it's not something I can watch 5 more minutes of. I can't. Because who's the little daughter of hers?
Wait.
Boo Boo, Honey Boo Boo.
Boo.
She wears fake eyelashes, such fake eyelashes that I have such a hard time watching her open and close them to make sure she can get them back open after she closes them.
So distracting.
And I just hate it too. You know, I'm in health coaching school, so I've really changed my opinion on I want people to get healthy because it's not the number on the scale, but the number on the scale does tells us your risk for cancer, type 2 diabetes, which is amputation. So I hate it that they relish in the fact that everybody's morbidly obese. That's how I feel.
I know, give them the money to remain morbidly obese.
That's right. So you just...
But I like their personalities though. Like Honey Boo Boo's funny. They're funny. Like they're actually really funny character.
There's something.
Because I don't know if they're really that way or if they're just acting, but I get the comedy appeal because of the way they make jokes, and they're kind of funny.
There's something. Let's talk about. Did you see? This is a robbery of the world's biggest art heist.
I started it. Yeah. And then I started it and I paused it because you got to give it a minute. It's pretty serious. And then I watched Saturday Night Live. I know people don't watch Saturday Night Live much anymore, but I will always watch Saturday Night Live, and that's
every week. I can check with you, and you'll tell me what had happened.
Always, but I saw the first. Are there episodes, or is it like a long movie?
No, because there were episodes. Because after the first one, my husband said, "I'm jumping off."
Yeah.
And he goes. He said, "Lisa, they tell you in the first episode that they don't solve the crime." So we're kind of wasting our time when we could Google whatever else you need.
I think that you're right, and I know it's such an interesting story. I love stories about art theft.
I did too.
And I think they're really, like there was that movie American Animals with Peter Evans, who was also the detective who is in Mare of Easton. But he was in all the American Horror Stories too. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
So that was about the kids that stole the most artwork at a college or something. American Animals. It's really, really good. And it's actually on HULU. But yeah, the robbery, if I need to go back, I kind of Googled it too. So
that's what Chris said. Because we can just Google it and find out the rest.
I think it was really well done.
But I said, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Because it was hundreds of millions of dollars worth of art that was taken while the night watchmen
were there.
I
mean, that's really impressive, but that's okay. I mean, unless they have real footage from the robbery.
That's true.
Then, I mean.
And unless Dick Van Dyke's in it from that movie, in Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I mean.
Right? I get it.
Mickey Rooney.
I know.
I loved all of them.
Owen Wilson. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Owen Wilson. Oh, Robin Williams. Too soon.
Yeah. Well, there's a show.
What?
And it's this new Apple TV show where you're watching Mosquito Coast. And we don't have to go too into it. But it's called The Me You Cant See. And it's Harry and Oprah's show about mental health.
What did you think? I saw the first episode.
I watched all of it in a day because, first of all, I'm huge advocate for therapy and all of that.
Same.
Yes, you are. And I loved, hearing Oprah's story, hearing Harry's story. I mean, unfortunately, it's controversial, but it shouldn't be because it's his mental health.
Wait, look, Harry's story.
I can't. Oprah's story.
Okay.
Lady Gaga's story.
Okay, I skipped over Oprah's because I love Prince Harry. So now I'm going to have to go back.
So there's a little bit. It's not just. So his story continues on a little bit throughout
Okay.
the whole thing. So it kind of makes you watch all of it.
Okay, then I will.
But I really loved the other people that were involved that were not all like wildly famous. There's a basketball player who went through a lot of stuff. Like it's just, it's really well done. It's really thoughtful.
Good.
And, you know, Lady Gaga talks about how she was assaulted by a producer and then impregnated and had to, you know, she was very open. And
I love her.
I do
So,
too,
yeah.
you know, and so I just think that, but also it was, we go into Robin Williams' son. His name is Zach, and they do a whole thing about Zach's, like about how his mental illness genetic. And then he talks about his dad. You see photos, you see family videos
Stop.
of him and Robin Williams. And
Stop.
It might be Max. Zach or Max? Anyway.
I think it's Zach.
I think it's
no,
Zach.
Z was either the wife's name.
It
Z-
might
Zelda-
be Max. Zach
Okay,
or
maybe.
Max. But anyway, it's you know, when that popped up, I had no idea they were going to talk about, you know, I haven't even watched the documentary about Robin Williams yet because I just
Too soon.
you know,
We
it's
love
just-
him
it's
so
just
much.
it was just too much, but this was just enough, and I cried some, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It was okay. It was more of an understanding and just like, oh man, that I hate that.
Okay, segueing then from Apple TV's The
Mm-hmm.
Me You Can't See, Gaga's 5'2". I could watch once a month
I've only
because
seen it once.
that
But
tells a
she's-
side of
yeah.
her that we don't see. She has a tenderness about her. She has a vulnerability about her.
Like major vulnerability.
Yeah, but you don't know that
No.
in that bravado of that
Well,
voice
no,
at
she's
first.
that's a character. I think like
It
her.
and she
perform-
says that.
Lady Gaga is not
Right.
That's a alter ego.
Because when she would call people in this, she'd say, "It's Stephanie." She
Mm-hmm.
was, "Yes, Stephanie." Like she was like, "I'm not that girl. You're that outrageous woman you're talking about."
where's me?
That's what I love about her, though, is she wants to be treated, especially with her family, as a member of the family, not as the reigning
She
pop
does a-
princess or whatever she is.
She also does a whole lot of good, like in most aspects of her life. Like she's really like philanthropic and
She is.
she's outspoken and she speaks about things that, you know, I couldn't imagine sharing with the world, you know, given that she's this big pop star and like how people think and whether or not you could lose fans or contracts
care.
and this and that. She doesn't care. And I think that she speaks for herself. And I think that, I think she's awesome.
Okay, one more ADD moment.
Okay.
Last night, as I was flipping around, A Star Is Born was on with her and Bradley Cooper. Go ahead and take a minute, everybody.
Oh.
Deep breath, big swallow, wipe your tears, and let's move on.
Okay.
But I'm putting that down.
Yep.
When they were in the bathtub, come on.
I can't.
There was love and there was
Oh
fire
my
between them.
God. Their chemistry was stupid. It was
I don't
so
remember,
good.
I don't remember two people connecting.
No, I mean they were like, are they hooking up? Like
Well,
they were, but we knew
the
they
answer is
weren't.
yes. Because
But I mean,
didn't
I
his
hope
marriage
so.
break up right after
He's
that?
he wasn't married then.
Oh, he had a girl. He had baby mama or something.
Yeah.
Broke up right after
But
that.
she had somebody too. I don't know if they actually like pulled the trigger, but like, you know, they were two shakes from meaning those kisses.
I get it. Okay, The Serpent on Netflix.
Couldn't.
Yeah. Is that the one? No. What's the one that I told you about? That's on Apple.
That's The Servant. And we talked about that last time. Now, you're still not over it, nor am I.
People haven't seen it. If they're over it, they haven't seen the same thing we're talking about.
But yeah, no, you're right.
And it's The Servant.
Servant on Apple TV.
On Apple.
Yeah.
And then The Serpent.
Is on Netflix, and I haven't
I tried.
gotten
Can't.
into that yet. But wait, did you watch The Sons of Sam on Netflix?
No,
We have to talk about that because it's about David Berkowitz.
That's right. Oh,
son
I've
of
got it in
Sam.
my queue because you told me.
Well, okie dokie, because let's just say it has all the things we love. Paul Giamatti is the narrator. It's
Love
about
him.
the strong belief that David Berkowitz did not act alone. It's also that there's a cult called the Children, a satanic cult involved.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
It's like 4 episodes.
All right.
This author guy, Maury Terry, just, he was fascinated by the case. He was in New York. It just didn't sound plausible given all the evidence. So it's really fascinating. And,
Okay.
there's actual interviews with David Berkowitz.
Those are my favorites. That's what I love about the Cecil or Cecil Hotel,
I
whatever.
know.
It was actual footage.
Night
and
Stalker.
then, yeah, and
Same.
Night Stalker,
Yep.
actual footage.
Yep.
And seeing that, it's really compelling.
Yes. We haven't said anything about about Prime yet, and I just have to do a little quick plug in for Bruce. He really loves the show, and a lot of people, I think, are into the PBS now. I want to be.
Oh, your dad?
It's called The Atlantic Crossing, and it's Kyle MacLachlan, which I did not know, and I like him a lot. I love Twin Peaks.
Right.
But it's called Atlantic Crossing, and it's about a World War II relationship with FDR and Norwegian Crown Princess Martha, which he said is pronounced Marta, but I wasn't trying to get into accents. So I do want to watch that because I'm trying to broaden my, I'm like, I watch The Crown if Princess Diana's in it. Oh, yeah, It's not that I don't think I watch smart stuff, but I need to, I don't know, maybe I need to give it a go. He says it's really, really good.
Your dad also loves, I want to make sure I'm saying, it's Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. He loves any period piece, any British history, any like Sherlock, stuff like that, like, real smart stuff.
Have you seen the Sherlock shows, though?
I watched some of it. I love both of the. I love the dude from the British Office.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
The other one. Who's the other one?
Oh, I love him.
I
forgot his name.
Yeah.
I saw him. He was in maybe Fargo.
Yeah. I loved him in Fargo.
And he played an American?
He played the William H. Macy character from Fargo. That was like his...
Yes.
From the movie. He was so good.
He's really, really good.
So good.
Those British actors that can be Americans for the day.
Kate Winslet.
Does she then? She's got the
Mare of Easton.
Pittsburgh.
She's like, hello, I don't know.
Well,
stop eating that hoagie.
Damian Lewis, the redhead who's been in Billions and other things. He is fabulous.
He's really good too.
And he talks like us. No, not from the South, but
No. Right.
Okay, I'm still going through our list here. Okay, did you watch TheOne on Netflix?
TheOne?
TheOne.
What's that?
It's the one where you are matched with somebody.
No, I don't. Is this a matchmaker show?
Well, it's fiction.
Okay. Then I need to do that because I love 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
That's the only reality show.
I know. This is about a girl who starts Match DNA, a company that pairs people with their perfect partner based solely on their DNA samples.
Whoa.
And some people are already married and they're curious, thinking, did I marry the one? Am I with the one?
That's like that kind of a cult vibe that I'm not hating. Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
I'm trying to see how many episodes. It's not great on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, but they sometimes are just being catty.
Oh, I know. Listen, if it's entertaining and I'm just going to sit and watch it,
That's right.
I'm happy.
Now, some of it is it's a little predictable in some parts, but it's a moral dilemma. It's the moral dilemma of what do you do. So, in one couple, she realized that her fiance, husband, boyfriend, I can't remember, partner, was matched to somebody else because she looked at his results. And so she wants to know who the girl is.
How
stuff
is
like
your
that.
anxiety in this show?
It starts...
Is it high or medium?
It's probably just medium.
Okay.
Now, The Servant had me at high
I was
anxiety.
sweating that whole, that was awful.
There are many. A lot of times, Natalie, you will tell me, you'll say, I'll watch that one, but I'm warning you, your anxiety level is going to be high on that one.
It's actually too much.
Yeah. That's how I felt really in Your Honor on Showtime, the Bryan Cranston.
Right.
It made me so nervous. There are a couple of parts of Mosquito Coast that I'm worried about him. I over-identify with these people, too.
Well, we know them.
Right, we totally know them.
Yeah, I know.
We've watched them grow up, and I don't want them to get killed before my eyes.
No.
That's all there is. Okay, so TheOne on Netflix. That's something else on my list.
There's a movie on HBO Max that I have not watched, and I didn't know if you had. Those Who Wish Me Dead. It's the new Angelina Jolie action thriller, and I just didn't know if you'd seen it because I'm mad at her, so I don't want to watch it.
Are y'all broken up?
No, we were never really together, but I just think she could be a little bit nicer to Brad. But I don't. I just haven't watched it.
What'd you think?
I haven't watched. No, I didn't. I won't
you
watch
haven't watched it
because I'm mad at her.
Because you're mad at her.
Yeah.
One of those is actually in theaters. Is that one of them?
They do simultaneous.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So sometimes if it's in a theater, I do kind of wonder. I think,
I just hadn't heard anything about it. One of my friends watched it and said it was okay. I'm like, there seemed to look like there was a lot of fire, and I'm like, okay.
All right.
I mean,
I just need to know.
Did she jump in it? Just kidding. I don't really want her to die.
What happens?
No.
There's one called The Affair. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
I
watched all of season 1, and then I got halfway through season 2, and it is just it. I had to take a break, and I mean like a year or two break.
No, is it who provides? Is that
is Showtime?
Showtime. Okay, we'll look.
But it's Showtime. It is really good though, but it is
okay.
It's a lot, you know. It's
a
lot of anxiety and
It takes them a minute to uncover everything about the characters.
Oh my God, I can watch, I got stressed out during, Carrie and Mr. Big's affair in Sex and the City, let alone an entire show based on this huge affair. It's just certain levels, But it is a good show.
If we're going to talk about couples, we've mentioned a little Brad, we mentioned Angelina, we mentioned Jennifer. What about J-Lo?
I'm here for it, okay? I think I manifested this because I feel like I've been praying for this for years.
You've been thinking
Look, I'm not trying to take full credit.
Go ahead and take it.
I'm not going to take full credit because, there's other factors, I'm sure. But
God.
Sure. Yes. And with, where they are in their lives and whatnot.
Yeah,
but I just always wanted them to get back together after all. I didn't like her with A-Rod. And, I just thought he needed, I don't know. I just thought they were cool together. They were perfect for each other. Well, I love it. I'm here for it. I just Googled before we got on the phone. I found out they went to this dinner and I Googled the photos that they were getting cozy and I wanted to see what their energy looked like.
How does it look?
Super cute. Super
authentic?
good. Oh, yeah.
So they're back together.
They're back together. Love it.
Because I tell
Why are you not happy about it?
Well, because I'm with the other Jennifer. The other one.
Me too. I love her to death, but I don't think she cares.
No, but that shows me she doesn't. But that shows me then that he may be a douche.
Oh, he is a douche.
Okay. And so is J-Lo.
But she only dates douches.
Right. That's it. So I'm mad at him.
Be with a really cool guy. I mean, I think she has to date these douchey men. But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but he's he's real cute again. I mean, I know that.
He's looking better, and I think he's been through recovery. I think
he's had
some type of addiction.
But I don't think that she's never really dated. I mean, actually, the coolest person I think she dated was Mark Anthony. But
they were a match made in DNA heaven too. They had the twins. And
totally.
Blah,
but
blah.
I don't think she dates cool people. No.
Okay. She came to Little Rock about 5 years ago and ate at one of the steakhouses,
yes,
Arthur's
you told
Steakhouse.
me after.
That's right. Because I was still on the radio then.
With her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were together. And I broke the story back on B98.5, my radio station. Because I have connections. Yeah.
You did text me the inside scoop, but you didn't tell me when it was current because I don't know if you thought maybe I'd go there, but I...
No. I totally trust you. It was, we found out about the next morning at 7:15 when the plane was leaving maybe because he came in for a business deal supposedly with one of our car dealers, A-Rod, and that J-Lo was with them. They had their picture made with the owner of the restaurant, Jerry Barricott. Yeah.
Yep.
And so we went crazy. I got, of course, because,
I always love that though.
There's a gift, I'm annoying, but there's a gift in being nosy. I can always get the scoop on things. So
that's why I trust you to do that.
thank you. It's a gift.
I agree.
It's a gift and it's a curse.
And you got it. You got it. You got the
Either
gift.
you have it or you don't.
And you got it.
I happen to have that one.
You happen to have it.
Okay, I wrote down this, and I can't remember if I saw it. So we try to meet like every 3 months. I forget if that's quarterly or not because I can't do math. But I think, or maybe 4. I can't remember. But I wrote down, I know this much is true. Have you seen that? I don't know what it is now.
I just looked at that today. Is it with it's with the girl from The Undoing? Is it on Prime?
Oh.
I think it is.
Oh, I don't
think
know.
that's
Let me
a
look.
Screenshot. No. Wait. I don't remember.
We both have to Google
Oh
for
no,
just
it's
a
called
minute.
Tell Me Your Secrets. That's something else. No, what is that?
We need to talk about that one.
Okay,
but
that's
wait,
on my
let
list.
me look at. Okay, I know this much is true. Has 8.2 on IMDb.
Isn't that on Netflix?
It's the story of identical twin brothers.
I've seen it.
HBO Max.
I've
Really?
seen it. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Parallel Lives.
Oh my god! It just was so long ago when I watched it. Yep, you should watch that.
Okay, I know this much is true. Wow.
Yeah, it's a hell of a story.
Okay, and that is I said HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Okay.
I know this to be true. That's right.
Okay, and so all this in the show notes. Nobody panic.
Mm-hmm.
What is your Tell Me Your Secrets? I tried to watch a minute of it.
I haven't yet. I love that woman, the blonde from American Horror Story.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I guess I saw a conversation about it on social media, and I tried. But, I mean, guys, to get me and my people, meaning my other ADD brothers and sisters, you got to come out of the gate full throttle.
It's got to be strong.
You can't limp.
No.
I mean, you've got to sprint out of the gate for us to go.
It's got to be a strong start. And then it can kind of die down for like a couple episodes, and I'll stick.
And then I'll stick, right?
But I need to every third episode needs to have like a wild moment where I'm like, like a freak
that's
out
all
moment.
I need is a little wild moment. Okay, so I'm putting all that down. What else you have?
I want us to watch. So Hulu has a show called Genius, and it's the Aretha. It's Genius Aretha. So they've done Pablo Picasso, and the first one was Albert Einstein, but this is the Aretha one, and it's starring that Cynthia Erivo and Courtney B. Vance, who is he played Johnny Cochran in the American.
I know who.
Right.
I mean, if you didn't see him in that,
So I'm in Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
Yeah, but we need to go back to the fact that if you haven't seen, what was that had the Simpson, the People versus OJ?
Yeah, American Crime Story. He was
American
Johnny
Crime
Cochran.
Story.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the People versus OJ, stop what you're doing. Don't feed your kids. Don't pick them up from school.
No, you need to just knock
Just
that
go.
out. Yeah. I mean, John Travolta is in it, so that's all you need to know. All the way also. So.
John Travolta.
Shapiro. Whoa.
I can't even go there. David Schwimmer.
Whoa. There's Rob Kardashian.
Mr. Kardashian, Robert Kardashian. And Courtney B. Vance is Johnny Cochran.
Yes. So
and
he plays Aretha Franklin's father, and it's about their her relationship with her father, and then also with her husband / agent, and then kind of the beginnings of her career. But I just saw the trailer, and I kind of scrolled through what the episodes looked like. It looks amazing. So
that's original programming on Hulu.
That's Hulu. Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have Hulu, you haven't seen The Act, and if you haven't seen The Act, I don't know if we can be friends.
Well, it's just like where have you been?
Where have you been?
That story alone with Gypsy Rose and
Wonderful.
Rose.
I could watch it again.
Munchausen by proxy. Give it to me. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast. It won't be too much.
It won't be too much stories.
I'll never get full.
By proxy. I'll never get full of Munchausen by proxy ever.
No, it is so good. Any podcast you're listening to, because I've already suggested one to you. What's yours?
Piketon Massacre. It's really, really good. Don't Google it because it's kind of current, and I didn't want to find out what happened so far, but it's about a murder of 8 members of the Roden family, and they were all murdered in their homes. And they were all connected, and we don't know who did it and why they did it. And it happened on April 21st, 2016, which is my birthday, which is always neat. That's dark.
That's a great memory.
Sure. I try to forget about that, but
Yeah.
It's really good. Loving that. I'm not finished yet. And then I listened to Killer Roll, narrated by Keith Morrison.
Of course.
And there's also a Dateline on it if you want to skip the podcast and go to the Dateline episode, because I'm always caught up on my Datelines.
I know you are.
Always.
And
but it's
Saturday
really
Night
good.
Live.
Oh, and Saturday Night Live, always. But the Killer Roll is interesting. It's good.
Okay, I've got both of those down, and then In God We Lust.
Yep,
I told you
yeah.
earlier
Oh my God.
that it is the story about. I mentioned it in another podcast, and my friend Dana listened to it immediately, and she had to take a cold shower afterwards because you feel so dirty.
Oh.
But it's a story of Jerry Falwell Jr. and Liberty University.
Oh my God. Okay.
And Donald Trump's name comes up, but that's just an aside. But it is the most salacious thing that I had to stop listening but they're legal documents and court documents. I don't think, I can't remember if they're still in litigation, if it's been adjudicated.
Can you give me the background of what this role?
It's Mr. and Mrs. Falwell. It's after Big Jerry died, and Jerry Falwell Jr. assumes the role of presidency of Liberty University, the largest Christian university in the U.S. of A. And it was just started in 1980, maybe. And then they find a little pool boy, and they become a menage a trois.
Okay.
And the stories that ensue from that, you'll fan yourself going, oh.
Well, I just had to take a big gulp just thinking about signing up for that.
Because, of course, there were video recordings of that Jerry did of his wife and the pool boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's in it all the way.
Oh.
All the way.
Okay. Oh, I think I might have to do that now. Like, once we get done.
It's something.
Okay. I cannot wait.
And the girls who host that do a really good job. So I've got that written down. Look, we're out of time already. My goodness.
I know it.
Okay, well, we'll keep notes. And people, if you are listening and you're thinking, Natalie, Lisa, you missed blank, you can email me, lisa@lisafishersaid.com. You can find Natalie on her Instagram, and I'll tag that in my Instagram. You can always reach out to us and tell us what we missed, because we're here for you, people. We do this as a service for you.
Yeah, and then also, for us too.
And, well, it's really for us, but I thought maybe they wouldn't notice.
Oh, I know. It's cute.
And my margarita's empty.
Me too. Gotta get a fish wrapper.
We're finishing up. Okay, see you in 3 months. Can't remember if that's a quarter or not.
Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it. Thanks for listening to the Lisa Fisher Said podcast. Be sure to hit subscribe and download all the episodes and leave a review, won't you? The Lisa Fisher Said podcast is produced by ClantonCreative.com.